What is supply? Supply is the quantity of a product that producers are willing and able to sell at different prices. Okay, this is supply curve. As I said before, we have law of demand, increase in price and will lead to decrease in quantity demanded, which has negative relationship. Okay, when you look at this supply curve, the behavior of supply curve is what we have here. We have price and quantity. Okay, moving further along the curve, what will happen? What will happen? We have price 1 and quantity 1. Okay, this shows that increase in price, okay, increase in price will lead to increase in quantity supply. Okay, increase in price will lead to increase in quantity supply. This is the behavior, or this is what we call as law of supply. Okay, law of supply, and vice versa. Decrease in price, if you have decrease in price, you will have decrease in quantity supply. Alright, so when you look at this one, unlike the law of demand, we have negative relationship. However, for law of supply, we have positive relationship, meaning that increase in price, increase quantity supply. It has a positive relationship. Okay, now moving on to factors influencing supply. Okay, bear in mind increase in quantity supply. Alright, when I said increase in quantity supply is this one. Okay, increase in quantity supply is only due to increase in prices of the good itself. Alright? Increase in quantity supply is only due to changes in the price of the good itself. Thus, movement along the curve. That is what we meant as increase in quantity supply. Okay, this is very important, right? Increase in quantity supply. But when we say increase in supply, what does it mean? Increase in supply is the whole thing, the whole curve. Okay, for example, increase in supply, shift in supply. Okay, increase in supply from S to S1. This is what we call as increase in supply. The factors that make the supply curve to shift. Okay, in business, we have what we call as cost of production. Okay, this will be one of the factors that will influence your supply curve, whether it will shift to the right or it will shift to the left. For example, when the cost of production now is getting more expensive, it's getting more expensive to produce your goods and services, what will happen? Will you supply more? Will you supply less? Normally, when the cost of production is increasing, you as a business person, you tend to, when the cost of production is increasing, you tend to decrease your supply. Because if you increase your supply, it will add on more cost to your production. So, what will happen? When increase in cost of production, you will decrease your supply. Thus, supply curve will shift from S to S1. Alright? So now, shift in supply curve is not due to changes in the price of the good itself, isn't it? but it is due to the change in the cost of production. In this particular example is when the cost of production is getting more expensive. So it's getting more expensive, you tend to reduce your supply. Thus, your supply curve will shift to the left. Alright? Ceteris paribus. Other things remain constant. There's no other factor. The assumption is there's no other factor that will influence the shift in supply curve, but only the cost of production. What will happen if your cost of production is increasing? So obviously, the supply curve will shift to the right. You will tend to supply more. Alright? You will tend to supply more because now your cost of production is decreasing. Okay, this is one of the examples of factors influencing supply curve due to cost of production. We have lots of factors that will affect your supply curve to shift. Another factor that will influence the supply curve is, for example, is taxation. Taxation will surely affect your supply curve. How? Taxation will add on to your cost of production indirectly. Okay, taxation on a product will result in a reduction in supply. Okay, this is a form of government policy. So taxation will decrease your supply curve. How about subsidy? What will you do when the government gives you subsidy? You tend to increase your supply curve, isn't it? Alright? You tend to increase your supply, thus you want to supply more because now you are being subsidized by the government. Another factor that may influence the supply curve is due to the size and nature. The size and the nature of the industry. Because if an industry is growing in size, the more will be supplied to the market. Thus, supply curve will shift to the right. But it's for you to know, factors affecting supply are many. Their particular significance depends on each industry or service. Alright? There will be many factors that will affect the supply curve. Alright, I think that's it for this topic on supply curve. Thanks for watching.